Hey everybody, this is Mike with Plus 8 Precision, and this is just a little comparison I did. I do understand that the mineral spirits is not going to clean all the rust off. I got some items that are a little bit crusty, but I just wanted to do a comparison because I'm cheap, and the mineral spirits is like $9 a gallon versus $24 in tax for the Evapo-Rust. Obviously everybody knows the Evapo-Rust works. Good reviews about it, so let's see what happens. And there is the one little jack right out of the paint thinner. I just kind of dried it off a little bit with some paper towel. Let's see what a wire brush does. You can see the bottom. It's still pretty crusty. It was down against the bottom of the container. I'm just trying to see if there's any worthwhile to putting it in the mineral spirits whatsoever without having to do a lot of work with the brush. That don't really look any good. You can see how this is. It's all crusty all around. Bought these from a fellow who said they were sitting in like a 4-season room for a lot of years. I haven't even tried to break the screws loose. So I'm going to soak this one in the Evapo-Rust. This one was in the thinner for 2 days. So we'll get this one in the Evapo-Rust, and we'll do a better comparison when this one's done. I'll give it a day and we'll see what happens. Alright, here's the setup. Down in the can, you can probably see the wires under there. Some small piece of baling wire that should keep the bottom from touching the bottom of the jack, from touching the bottom of the container. So I'll go ahead and put the Evapo-Rust in there and let this thing cook for a day. So there it's covered. Just covered. Maybe 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch or so. It's kind of cold out here. It's about 55 here in the Great Lakes State. So I'll put the lid on there and we'll let this cook inside. That way it'll work up a little bit better. The instructions say that it works better above 65 degrees. So, and maybe I'll put a piece of saran wrap under there because that's not as tight as it was. Yeah, I'll put a piece of saran wrap under there, and then that way it'll be nice and sealed. And let's see what time it is. It is 3:15. So we'll check this out tomorrow at 3:15. Alright, we're back on the second day of the Evapo-Rust test to see how well it took the rust and crud off of little Armstrong jack. You can see this one here is the one that was done in the, just the mineral spirits. It's completely dry now. I didn't put anything on it to protect it from rusting, and this will probably go in the Vapo Rust if the results are good. The one thing that the mineral spirits did is it did break, it did free up the bolts. It only took very light pressure with just a wrench to get them loose. We'll see if the Vapo Rust has the same results as far as that goes. But let's open it up and see how it looks. Did have a little deteriorating of the container. Did go inside this other one, so I had to place it in there. So far, it looks pretty good. You can see it took everything off. It's got kind of a weird feel to it. I'll put a side-by-side picture back up from when I put this in. But it actually looks really good. Let's see we can clean it up any. It's got a weird feel on the painted surface, almost like it made the paint tacky. It doesn't appear that the paint is really coming off though, but it is sort of tacky, like when you do put a chemical on some paint. And it is getting tacky or soft. It does not appear though that it is coming off. I don't know what a wire brush will do to any of this. And as you can see, I'm not wearing any gloves. The Vapo Rust people, they have their own video, and it says that it's all biodegradable, that it will not hurt you. They don't recommend drinking it or getting it in your eye, which I do have safety glasses on, just because I don't feel like going to the emergency room or dealing with that today. So better safe than sorry. I would recommend wearing some sort of protection. I just can't get over how this, it just feels so tacky, like it's ready to come off, but it's not coming off. I mean, the thing looks amazing. It really, really does. It really does look amazing. I mean, very light brushing. Takes off any remaining rust. It's not really disturbing the paint. I know the machine surfaces are a little bit darker, but they come right up with a little bit of brush action. I mean, compared to that, just for soaking overnight on a small piece, it sure appears to be worth the money. Let's let's see if the bolts will break loose. Let me grab a wrench. All right, let's see. See if we can break these loose without going over to. It came loose. Suppose you could leave these in the evapor rust by themselves. It broke free. This is a jack move. The jack doesn't move that way. Let's see if okay, it'll move with the wrench. There's still rust on the threads. But all in all, I would say that for this application right here, the evapor rust did exactly what it said it would do. Cleaned up the parts. Everything looks pretty good. I think I'm sold. Well, I'm really surprised at the results. This really came out good. So much so that I'm going to do this one off camera. Maybe I'll post a follow-up video. I've got a few other little items that I want to do in the evapor rust. It says what it says what it'll do, and it stands behind what it'll do. I'm pretty amazed at the results. Most of the time, you get something and it just doesn't perform the way it says on the bottle. So yeah, let me end this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, suggest, any of those good things. Let me say thanks to my new subscribers. I guess I'm on a slow, steady pace here of getting a few a week. Not many like a lot of people have gotten, but I am thankful for the ones I do get. I hope the videos are enjoyable to watch and you learn something from them, because that's what I'm trying to convey here, some information. And thanks again. Mike from +8 Precision. Have a good one.